Time to break down the race that has low expectations and I don't get it. Trust the profits, and we are going to be talking about the race that literally has low expectations and I don't get it. We're going to be talking about the Santa Anita Derby tip sheet options. I've told you about this before. Hit the join button to find out the different tip sheet packages. Moving on, Santa Anita Derby, Saturday, April 8th. It's coming up soon at Santa Anita. It's a G1. It's 9 furlongs, and we got 9 horses entered. Let's get a move on. I don't get it. Broke his maiden last time out, 8.5 furlongs, beating Yellow Brick and Dazzle Me Silver by 3 1/4 lengths. Previous to that, he had two fourth place attempts to break his maiden. Skinner beat him, Hijazi beat him. So he's gotten beaten by some horses that are on the Derby Trail ish, Derby Trail adjacent. Is that good enough to get him into the top 3 or 4 here? Remains to be seen. I don't get it. Moving on. Dazzle Me Silver, the horse hasn't broken his maiden yet. Two third place finishes. One to I don't get it that we just mentioned. One to Sonoran, 9 lengths behind in that race where Sonoran broke his maiden. Lost ground in both races. Doesn't exactly thrill me. He could be a stalker in this race, a stalker, also a fader. I don't think he can handle the distance. I don't think he can handle the speed. Dazzle Me Silver, I'm going to say is an insta toss. Moving right along. Who else we got here? Go Rocket Ride. Here we go. Now we got ourselves a contender. Only 2 races. The first one he broke his maiden, going 6 furlongs, beating Sonorum by 5 3/4. An impressive horse, as we just talked about, beating the previous horse by nine lengths in his maiden. But more impressive than that, he got second place his second time out, also going a significantly longer distance than his maiden race at the San Felipe Stakes. Um, Losing to, and I put Practical Magic here. Yes, that isn't a typo. I always say that. Practical Move. Gotta break that habit. Losing to Practical Move in that race. Stalked to Jazzy for most of it. Overtook him at the end, but Practical Move overtook both of them, winning by 2 1/4 lengths. So, Go Rocket Ride. Threat to win. One in Vermillion. It's got some good win numbers here. 3 wins in 5 races. Racked up 3 stakes wins at Turf Paradise and Sunland. But at the Sunland Derby, something went wrong there. You could see him acting up in the gates as he was getting ready. They had to unload him and reload him, kicking up quite a bit there. And in the race itself, didn't look like his usual self. In previous races, he was wiring those shorter distances. Um, didn't stick to the pace very well. I think maybe could be a case um, where the horses he was racing against were just that much better, couldn't stick to the pace. Maybe he's a bit outclassed here. That's what I was looking to say. One in Vermillion. Prove me wrong here. Maybe it was a bad day. Maybe just outclassed. Here it is. Practical Move. Yes, Practical Move. 3 wins, 1 second place, 2 third place finishes for Practical Move. Winner, the San Felipe, beating Go Rocket Ride, Skinner, Hijazi, coming from behind to win by 2.5 lengths. Winner at the Los Alamitos Futurity in a small field, but he beat who he beat, right? Carmel Road, Fort Bragg, Arabian Lion. He had a 3 length lead over them and won. Practical Move, the true yak teen of the bunch. This is not a Baffert yak teen, and it's probably the best horse he has out of that bunch. There, I said it. Practical Move, very impressive horse. Like what we've seen from him so far. Can he handle the better field, the bigger field? He definitely did last race. Let's see if he can do it again. Practical Move, probably your morning line and post time favorite. National Treasure. Whew, what do we say about National Treasure? Um, has yet to race outside of the Baffert barn, has yet to finish outside of the money, but it seems like in a lot of these races, he definitely not exactly the top contender. He's not one of these Bafferts that comes out and other than in the sham stakes where he lost and came in third place, doesn't come out and look like the favorite. The BC Juvenile, he came in third behind Cave Rock and Forte. Um, it's a horse that races in big races, doesn't win very often though, and he's faced a lot of heavy competition. Cave Rock, Forte, pretty much all the early favorites outside of Logan. now here we get to see 2023 National Treasure. What do you got for us? Are you a Derby contender or pretender? Next up, Skinner. Skinner, one win in five attempts, third at the San Felipe. Not too bad, showing up third place there behind some pretty good horses that we just talked about. Broke his maiden the previous time out, racing in two G1s before that. Not looking particularly great in either one of them. I would say Skinner's a threat to show. We've seen some decent things from him. Not not practical move, not go rocket ride, but maybe that next tier down we start to talk about Skinner. Mandarin Hero. Here's the wild card of the bunch. I mean, talk about a horse that wins. Mandarin Hero winning in Japan. Five races, four wins, one second place. Last time out was the second place finish. He went 9 furlongs in the Kumotori Stakes, um, a heavy stakes race out in Japan. Came in second by a neck in that race. Previous to that, all wins, including the race before that, the Haiseko Stakes, 2,680K stakes race, beating 9 horses, going a mile in that. Distance, definitely not an issue. The horse wins. And like I said, a little bit of a wild card because we've never seen him race in the United States, nor against any of the horses we're talking about here. And finally, we have our low expectations. 7 races, 2 wins. The last 3 races, one second place finish, two first place finishes. I can count. Second place at the Sunland Derby, losing to Wild on Ice by 1 1/4 lengths. Previous to that, 2 races, 50K 1 mile races at Santa Anita. This is a horse that definitely wants to stay on the pace, sit on the pace, maybe even wire it. Could be the pace setter here. Definitely a horse that we haven't seen class up to this level yet. We'll see what we get from low expectations. Now, where are we at? The strategy. What is our strategy here? Well, it's right before us. The safe play is definitely practical move. I mean, he's on a roll in Santa Anita right now. Practical move. It is hard not to bet him. Um, San Felipe winner by a good margin. But if you're going to throw in a value play, let's talk about that dark horse, that one that's coming in that nobody really knows about, but he's winning a whole bunch of races in Japan. Mandarin Hero. I think that's the value play here is Mandarin Hero, depending on what you get. I mean, if he starts taking money from Go Rocket Ride, then definitely push all in on Go Rocket Ride. But if we're going to start talking about a key practical move, Mandarin Hero, Go Rocket Ride, and then I'm going to throw a National Treasure. I think National Treasure, I doubt him. I've got I don't want to say hatred, but I definitely always want to fade National Treasure, and then he always slips in there in the money. So I'm going to have to throw him into my box here. So key on practical move, add in Mandarin Hero, Go Rocket Ride, National Treasure, value play, Mandarin Hero, safe bet, practical move. There you have it. What do you guys think? What did I screw up there? Let me know about it. You guys see the Santa Anita Derby differently than I do? Then post it in the comments section. Hit subscribe. We love your love. Come back for more. Peace out.